This is a tutorial for how to render sessions and basically access all the tools for a provider, therapist, RBT, whatever it may be. So we're going to log in. We'll log in as a provider. And typically this is what you're going to see. Most likely you'll just see my schedule, submit timesheets, submit leave, the messages, and then obviously the help feature. We can give access to the scheduler for people that schedule themselves. I'm not going to cover that in this training. There's another training for scheduler if you do have access to that. So by default, when we log in as a provider, we're always going to see our schedule for today, which is here. But at any point, you can always go and see sessions from the past or even go into the future. What do I have going on the next 15 days? You can select that, and obviously your schedule is going to change, right? You'll be able to see all of that as well. So let's just go back to today's view and go through a few things. One important thing, if you ever see a yellow flag in the notes section, it's very important. You'd want to contact the office about that session, most likely because if it's in yellow, it's going over the authorized hours for that particular activity for your client. So always just double check with the office anytime you see that to make sure that see what they want you to do. If they want you to continue that session, not do the session, but just double check. That's always very important in there. We can do a couple things. So we notice here we have an appointment with this client, Tom Patton. If we want to know, it's an in-home service and we need to know the address for that, just come over and click the blue icon. That's going to let you know the address and also let you know the guarantor's information there as well. But the system can go one step further. So on your smartphone or if you have a tablet, you can click Go to Google Maps and it'll route you from your current location to the final destination of the session for your client. So a very useful tool there. You can always take notes after the session. Click on this yellow pad with the pencil, and basically it's unlimited text box. You can come in here and type whatever you want regarding that session. I'll just put in some gibberish here just so you can see the screen change. And those notes can always be pulled by the supervisors. Anytime they can run a report, pull all of that. So we can go ahead and save it, and you'll see that the icon will change from yellow to blue, which now means that we have a note in there. Once we are done with the session, this is all we need to do. We'll go ahead and select the Edit button. Change your status. You just change it from confirmed to rendered. Now my system may look a little bit different. We have 3 different types of systems that can be set up when organizations come on board. One would be a strict facility. A strict facility will only allow you to see confirmed and rendered here. You won't see any other status. And you cannot change your time in or time out if you show up late or show up early. You'd have to call the office for that, and they will make that change to your schedule. If you have a semi-strict facility, it's going to be the same thing. Confirmed or rendered is what you're going to see, and then you're allowed to change your time in and time out plus or minus 90 minutes, either on time in or time out. And if you have an unstrict facility, which is what mine looks like, you basically can do anything within here. So you can change it to any of these. You can change it to any time that you would like. But basically, select the edit. Change your status from confirmed to rendered. Change your time in and time out if necessary. You can add miles here as well if your office pays you for mileage. Put that into the system. And then once we're done with this, we can capture a parent signature. So just click on the pen icon. And in the middle of your smartphone or tablet, this is what's going to pop up on the screen. You can have mom or dad or whatever guardian is there go ahead and capture a signature. They can just use their finger and go ahead and sign right on your phone and then save that. Once that's saved, you'll see a couple things have happened. We've captured a signature, so this icon changes to purple. This session has now been added to our timesheet, so when we need to submit our timesheet, that is ready to go. And then we also... this has also been added to the billing side of things so that the organization can go ahead and pull this billing in real time if they need to. I'm going to render a couple other sessions in here. Change this one to confirm, to rendered. You can render by just hitting save all selected, and you don't have to get a signature. So it depends on your organization's policies and procedures if they require a signature or not, and they'll let you know that. But you can always come back in time. If you didn't get a signature that first date, you can always come back in time and get a signature. You can just never go forward in time and get a signature. So the signature icon will only show up for sessions that are today or in the past. Any future sessions, you won't see that pen icon. And let me just pull up like the next 15 days just so you can see what that looks like. If you look right here, you do not see the pen icon for anything in the future, okay? Last one that I want to do is the one that's here in yellow. Again, if you see any of these that are in yellow, hopefully you won't have any of those, just means that the session is over the authorized amount. So again, we'll come in, we'll change it from confirmed to rendered. If we try to do that and save it, you're going to get an error message letting you know that rendering for this session will put it over by a half hour, so we certainly can't do that. So what we'll want to do is we want to change that. We'll go to select it, we'll change it to rendered, and we can change our time in, time out. We can go to just 4 p.m. and let's go ahead. We can even capture a signature there. And now we've rendered that session, right? So now that we didn't go over that by a half hour, there's no problems with that one. Okay, that's pretty much it for accessing your schedule and rendering appointments. Very, very simple to do. Next one that we're going to do is we're going to submit our timesheet. So anything that's been rendered during the particular pay period, we can just go to our timesheets and those will show up there. Pay periods may look different for you. I just have mine set up on a weekly basis, but if you have it, if you're sending them once a month or every 2 weeks, you'll see additional weeks up here that you can look at. So if we ever want to look at what's going on for the particular week for our billable hours, we just click on the week button right here, and it will add up all of our hours for the week. Now, if we want to go to particular days and take a look at those hours to see exactly what we did, we absolutely can do that. Let's just click on the day view here. For instance, we could go to Wednesday, 7/13, and you'll see that I have some stuff in here, right? So obviously, I've done a few sessions here today. Everything looks good for me. I didn't need to add miles. If you needed to add miles to any of these, you could always do it here too. If you forgot to do it on the other side, it's not a problem. If you ever need to add non-billable time, and it's a policy and procedure that you're allowed to do at your organization, you can just come down here, click Add, and then select the type of activity that is non-billable that you are doing. So if it's drive time, regular time, it could be a training and admin, and there may be sub-activities that were created by your organization. Those will be all in here so they can define further what you're actually doing. Just put in your time, enter that, hit Add, and it will be added to the timesheet. I've already done one over here. That's a training and admin, and the reason I did it this way, you'll see that it's actually overlapping. So if everything here was good to go and we were fine to submit it, we can go ahead and submit it. But if you do have any overlapping sessions, it's going to deny it while you're trying to submit it. Basically, the system's not going to let you be in two places at once. So you'll get this message that says confirm all information is correct, go to approve and submit it. If you have overlapping sessions, you'll see that right here. It's telling me that on 7/13 I have an overlapping session. So all we need to do is just go back to that pay period. We can do one of two things. If you happen to be doing social skills where you are seeing multiple clients at the exact same time, that's fine. Render those appointments. They'll show up here on your timesheet. What's going to happen, though, like I said, if you try to submit it, it's going to deny it. So what you would do in a case like that where they're all billable activities that are occurring at the exact same time, just go ahead and click the exclude button. And so if you have just two 2-hour sessions that occur at the exact same time, exclude one of those sessions. All it's going to do is take 2 hours off of your timesheet and not affect anything on the billing side. But let's be realistic, you're still going to get paid for the 2 hours you were there with each client. You're just not going to get paid for 4 hours. That's what it looks like in the system. So go ahead and exclude one of those. If it is a non-billable activity that maybe you entered by error and you need to remove it, you can easily just click the delete button and remove that, right? So I'll just exclude, or I could delete one here. Let me delete just this training and admin for this purpose. So I can go ahead, I can delete it, It's off the timesheet, and now I can just go ahead and submit my timesheet. And what happens now after that goes through, you should see a green bar comes up top that says timesheet was submitted to the office. So that was successful. The other thing that you can do in here is submit vacation requests. So you can go to Submit Leave tab, and you can always see all of your older ones that were in here that you submitted, whether they were approved or denied or what happened with them. But just to submit a leave or apply for it, just click on Apply Leave. And now you can come down here. If you're going to do whole days, maybe you're taking a week vacation off sometime, go ahead and just put the date range in there. Put a little note if you would like to, and then obviously the type. Is it a vacation? Do you have to go out on jury duty? Whatever it may be, go ahead and select that from the list. If you're just looking for partial time off, go ahead and select that up here. We could put partial hours, so maybe on, I'm looking to take something off on Friday, and I'm going to take the afternoon, so I'm going to take from 12 p.m., and I'm going to take that till 5 p.m. on Friday. Put that in. Again, put the note if you would like. If you just want to go ahead and take a personal day, whatever it may be, vacation, select that, and then just go ahead and apply for your leave. This will be sent to the supervisors. It goes to their dashboard. They can approve for it. You can see right here that we did submit it, and always come back here to check the status to see if they have denied it or approved it for you. Very, very simple to submit your vacation request in there. Messages. System also has an internal messaging system, so you can always search through any messages that have come to you. They'll all display here. If you've already read them and you still need to see them, just select Search Read Messages, and then go ahead and hit Search, and those are going to pop up for you. Okay. You can also relate them to a specific client if you're just looking for a message related to a specific client or even a specific funding source. And once you're done with it, you can mark them as read. Just select it. Go ahead, mark as read, and then hit OK. If you want to create a message, very simple to do. Select the person in the company you'd like to send the message to. If you want to send it to multiple people, you certainly can. On a PC, just hold down your control button and go ahead and select the multiple names that you would like to send it to. On a Mac, it's your command function. Go ahead and select that. Again, type of subject, your message. You can relate it to a specific client or even a specific funding source, and then just go ahead and send your message. So very, very simple to do all of those things within the system. The help button, that is also there. So any of the stuff that I've gone over, or even in the trainings, if you forgot how to do it, just click help. That's going to go ahead. It's going to open up a new tab. It's going to take you to the help section, and the first one that pops up is always the provider. So accessing and rendering your sessions is in here. Everything I kind of talked about is in here today. And you'll look, it's going to go through an explanation of everything that I've done with screenshots and, again, step-by-step instructions for that. If you do have any additional questions on top of that, feel free to contact support. You can always submit a support ticket to us as well.